Certainly with all of the backlash towards the Snow White movie from Disney starring Rachel Zegler, the drama has absolutely exploded over the last several years, specifically with the comments that she made in regards to this movie, to the original, what they were doing to modernize the character, all of that. But Disney also, for over 3 years now, has had a little problem on their hands. Not like Rachel Zegler's problem, but instead a little bit different problem. And that's with the little people community. I don't know what they want to be referred to. I don't know if they like to be called dwarves or little people or what it is, but they have had massive concerns about this project since the very beginning, going all the way back to when Peter Dinklage opened his stupid mouth to talk about how insulting it was for 7 dwarves to be in a Snow White movie. And you had actors like Dylan Postal talking about this, saying that it's ridiculous, that Peter Dinklage is talking out of his ass. And what it's going to result in would be jobs taken away from the little people in the entertainment industry. Dylan Postal slams Disney over upcoming Snow White movie. And obviously this was after Disney responded and said, hey, don't worry. We're not doing dwarves in the traditional sense, guys. They're going to be magical creatures, blah, blah, blah. And of course, we now know that resulted in the nightmarish CGI creatures. Now, despite some reports and people still relying on those false reports that came out from those pictures that were taken, those leaked pictures that people all thought were the 7 dwarves. In fact, that's a different faction. They're still going to be in the movie. They're called the Bandits. And the people that are doubling down on Disney lying about them being CGI, they're probably going to look pretty dumb when the movie actually comes out. However, anything would have been better than the CGI monstrosities that we ended up getting. In fact, coming out of the premiere with everyone praising Rachel Zegler, predictably, one common thing they're saying is the CGI dwarves are an abomination. And now you have other actors speaking out about this. Disney's Snow White remake slammed by dwarf actors for replacing them with CGI. Bodybuilder and performer Chun Tan, 31, says he fears this decision could negatively affect the careers of people with dwarfism. The decision sparked outrage among some actors who have traditionally played these much-loved roles in Snow White pantomimes, and they worry about a potential impact on their livelihoods. He told Mail Online, I think Disney's trying too hard to be politically correct, but in doing so, it's damaging our careers and opportunities. There really is nothing wrong casting someone with dwarfism as a dwarf in any given opportunity. Yeah, no shit. You have other people calling this out. Snow White slammed by Little Women LA guest star over use of CGI dwarves. We were shut out. Quote, it's a movie that's supposed to have real dwarves. Instead, Disney chose to use CGI to replace actors and actresses that are little people that are very talented. And even someone who is in the movie, by the way, is really mad at Disney. And this is for a slightly different reason. But nevertheless, he's making it very clear how irritating this entire thing is to him. Snow White actor, yeah, I'm grumpy. Disney rolls up red carpet over controversies. And we talked about this scaled back red carpet. And at the premiere, right, virtually no press, no questions, no things like that. Just some people taking pictures. And Disney employed people were the only ones doing interviews. Nothing like the type of exposure that somebody acting in a movie like this with a premiere like this would normally get. And he's rightfully pissed about it. Martin Kleba, the voice of Grumpy, one of the 7 dwarves in the new flick, tells TMZ he's seriously bummed and a bit pissed that Disney axed what should have been a massive premiere for such a major film, all because the ongoing controversy surrounding the film and stars Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler. Let's be clear. There's controversy surrounding Gal Gadot, handful of very loud, very upset people that she's from Israel. The controversies surrounding Rachel Zegler are far bigger. And to even put them in the same sentence like that, like their equivalent, is fucking laughable, to be honest. Martin tells us while Rachel, who plays Snow White, and Gal as the evil queen are entitled to their own political views and ideals, those personal opinions shouldn't have overshadowed everyone else's hard work, no matter how much bitching about them is on social media. Variety reported that Disney's significantly scaling back the film's premiere. Yes, we know that happened. As for the other controversy when little people not playing dwarves in real life, Martin tells us that as far as he knows, motion capture was always the plan and was not a knee-jerk reaction to Peter Dinklage blasting the project when it's announced. That said, Martin tells us it's unbelievably difficult for little people to land Hollywood roles, let alone lead ones, so it could have been a bigger opportunity for others. By the way, he knew he was voicing this character for a very long time. And he also knows that the bandits were always planned to be there, that the dwarves are always going to be CGI. But yes, it might seem like a little problem for Disney when they decided to not use little people as these actors and instead go with CGI abominations that do not offend anybody. But not only did they end up offending anybody that saw this catastrophe that looks like this, but they also pissed off a community that gets very few chances for roles like this. And all in the name of Disney being politically correct, now they've got a little problem on their hands.